Didn't Forbes publish an article right after the Trump shooting but took it down because of the title? I saw the article's headline and I told myself, I am going to wait to read this and I'm going to want to read it in full just so that I know what's in it because I don't want to react based off of the headline. The headline was wild, but I'm not going to because I want to wait and read the whole thing to see how insane it truly is. But I couldn't do that because everybody else under the sun saw it and Forbes deleted the article. Business magazine Forbes has pulled the plug on a tone-deaf article by a leading DEI researcher which claimed that black people might now identify with Donald Trump because he's been shot, which leads into a conversation that has been had since that mugshot got posted about how, oh, maybe this can relate to black people because black people have been arrested, black people have been falsely accused, they've had their mugshots put out there.
But since this has happened, like the mugshot is the best. It just beat Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra by a lot, by the way. Beat it by a lot. But that's the #1 mugshot of all time. It's really an amazing thing. Since it happened, the support among the black community and the Hispanic community has skyrocketed. It's been amazing. Really been amazing. It's been actually very nice to see.
Mr. President,
you know, it's in one way you say, gee, isn't that too bad? But the truth is, it's really a lovely thing when I see that. We have great support now in the black community and in the Hispanic community.
The fact that this man is trying to appeal to black voters by citing his own criminal investigations and citing his own mugshot, I think tells us everything we need to know about how he sees us. Frankly, this man can try to do that, or he can try to hawk bootleg sneakers all he wants. But the problem for him is that his record is as loud as the shoes, right? Like, we know what life for black America was like under Donald Trump. The things that went up for black America under his presidency was the unemployment rate and the uninsured rate. Also, our collective blood pressure due to the just tirade of racist vitriol and chaos that we saw every single day from him. And so, obviously, this is going to be a direct point of contrast for the duration of the campaign from now until November.
So maybe this would be something to appeal to black voters, which I personally believe is one of the dumbest things under the sun to try to get the black vote. But maybe it's working, maybe it's not, because you got black people more and more and more with every various different reason under the sun siding with Trump. I just personally believe if you're siding with him based off of a mugshot and maybe getting shot, wow, I don't think I could truly have that many thought-provoking conversations with you. USC professor Sean Harper, who boasts on his resume of advising more than 400 organizations about their diversity policies, claimed that the injured ex-president's defiant raised fist might resonate with George Floyd protesters. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put myself on trial right now. I will say, when I saw the article's title, I won't lie, I didn't see who wrote it. I didn't read a name. I just saw the headline and I thought to myself, a white woman was behind this. Because that was a white woman headline, but I was wrong. I was wrong. It was a black male. I was very much wrong. And you know what? If you want to crucify me for it, go ahead. I'll accept the fact that I was wrong about that. And I will continue to laugh at this enlarged-nosed individual because clearly, DEI expert, you didn't fucking read the fine print. And when you go to Forbes, iconically hilarious, funny first image you see is Trump pointing, but you can't find it. And I'm very upset that I don't have access to the article whatsoever because I wanted to read it. And oh no, what will I do? Except use the Wayback Machine. So, will surviving gunfire be Donald Trump's next appeal to black voters? Shots were fired at a Trump campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The former president narrowly escaped. He emerged bloody, but fortunately not critically injured. President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action insurrection during this heinous act. He is fine and is being checked out at a local medical facility. Tragically, one attendee is dead, and at this time, another is in serious condition. The suspect shooter is also dead. Will Trump seize the apparent assassination attempt against him as an opportunity to meaningfully address the epidemic of gun violence in America? Will he deem unacceptable the dangers to which citizens are exposed as they go to schools, places of religious worship, concerts, movie theaters, supermarkets, shopping malls, sporting events, and now presidential campaign rallies? It's possible, but unlikely. Butler is less than an hour north of Pittsburgh. It isn't an urban center, but many big cities in which large numbers of Black Americans reside have long been plagued with inexcusable high levels of gun violence. Every Town Research Policies analysis of 2018 to 2022 FBI data shows that Black people in Pittsburgh are 14 times more likely to die by gun homicide than are whites in the place affectionately known as the Steel City. On the other side of the Commonwealth, Philadelphia's gun homicide rate was 30.8 fatalities per 100,000 residents in 2022. Blacks comprise the city's single largest racial group. They are 5 times more likely to die by gunfire than are whites. Milwaukee, where this year's Republican National Convention is being held, has the 6th highest homicide by firearm rate in the nation. There, blacks are 6.7 times more likely to be shot and killed than are white residents. The presumptive Republican presidential nominee has repeatedly contended that the August 2023 release of his criminal mugshot deeply resonated with Black voters because they know firsthand the unfairness of our nation's criminal justice system, which should have been a conversation about how the justice system is unfair based on evidence we have clearly seen throughout history, not just this year and years past, but okay. He has since relied on the narrative to persuade more Black Americans to cast votes for him this November. More Black men now than 4 years ago say that they're voting for Trump this time, but not many of them say they're planning to do so because of any notion of shared kinship with judicial injustice. Hopefully being shot doesn't become a similarly problematic strategy to link Trump with an experience that far too many, not all Black people have. Instead, using his powerful platform to advocate fixing this through public policy and significant financial investments into urban Black communities is the opportunity that awaits Trump once he recovers from the tragedy that occurred at his rally. Another racially problematic kinship narrative is unlikely to make Black voters see Trump as one of them, and it most certainly won't fix the gun violence crisis in rural, suburban, and urban places in which too many Americans are unnecessarily placed at risk at being shot. I look at this article, and as much as the headline is disastrously wild, I agree with the sentiment that you shouldn't take this moment and use it to say, hey, I kind of relate to the Black people because, their kids get shot and their kids hold guns and they go shoot people. Sometimes they're often Black people. And it's like, I could see where the execution is with this article. However, the introduction, completely fucking wild, and as of this standing, we have not gotten a response from the man who wrote it. We haven't gotten like a, hey, I worded this terribly, hey, my bad. We haven't gotten an apology of some sort. It hasn't happened. But the article has been removed, so clearly the pressure from online got wind to Forbes, and they said, yo, you wild for this one.
So President Trump just got shot. And as someone who voted against Trump in both 2016 and 2020, this is a cause for deep reflection by me. And my question is, have we been told the truth at any point over the last 8 years about who Trump is and what's actually going on here? A lot of people who are pro-Trump have been saying that this is the playbook of they, whether it's a deep state or, some shadowy interest in the government. First, they try to cancel you. So they say shit about your character. They say things that can't actually be proven. They take quotes from you that make you basically look bad. The second thing that they try to do is they try to convict you of something. In this case, trumped up charges about you paying legal expenses to a porn star for her to not say that you had sex with her. It's like, morals aside, like, is that really a big deal enough to convict someone? And then the third thing that they try to do is they try to kill you. And that's just what happened with Trump. And actually, I've been updating my view on Trump recently, and I've started going back to some of the things that I was told that he said, and some of them he literally did not say. Like, for example, you remember when we were told that he said of white supremacists and other racists in a rally that he said that they were good people? It's not true. If you actually watch the whole clip, and I'll share a link to the clip here, you can see that he's clearly saying there were other people at the rally who are good people.
You're calling the alt-left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious and it was horrible.
So this is a time where it's really hard to know what to believe. But, sometimes when we hear things are conspiracy, maybe it's time to listen, because maybe it's not.